The much gorgeous, just so gorgeous Cynthia, honey.
Thank you. Is she beautiful?
Welcome back to the house where we talk news, celebrities, and hot topics. Today's video is gonna be wild because you already know what we gotta get into. The Real Housewives of Atlanta season 12 reunion aired last night and we gotta talk about it all right? So if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to the YouTube channel if you haven't already, and let's get straight into the video. Okay, y'all, so why the hell did Tanya sound like Scooby-Doo in that clip that I put in the beginning? Like, just a mess. She's so quirky and so cringy, but guess what? I love it. And speaking of clips, Bravo and NBC Universal has really been making their rounds when it comes to these YouTube pages, when it comes to these Instagram pages, as far as Real Housewives of Atlanta fan sites and stuff like that, posting their content and posting the show onto social media. I think it's pretty lame. Like, I don't know where this energy was throughout the whole season, but all of a sudden, now that the reunion is coming on, they really want to troll the interwebs and really take down everybody's, you know, social media posts and YouTube videos and all of that type of stuff. So I don't know what the hell is going on with Bravo, but I'm gonna need y'all to stay off the house, okay? Stay off the house of Aaron because we don't want you here. You have not been invited, okay, to our house party. Point blank and a motherfucking period. Anyways, with that being said, on today's episode of House Call, we are going to get into this reunion, y'all, because it was so good, okay? I don't care what nobody say. This reunion was good, and it is definitely one of the best reunions ever, okay? And I can say that, and it's only been part 1, okay? Usually the reunion don't get spicy till part 3, but y'all, it's only part 1, and I honestly don't even need a part 2 and part 3 because this part 1 gave me my entire life, okay? Shout out to everybody at Bravo. Shout out to everybody at Real Housewives of Atlanta, the producers and everybody. Shout out to the audio, the lighting, the editors, everybody involved in the technical aspect. Y'all really slayed. And last but not least, shout out to the women, okay? Shout out to Porsha, Nene, Kenya, Candy, Cynthia, Eva, Tanya, Marlo for bringing it, okay? At first, when they was talking about some FaceTime reunions, I was like, oh, hell no. Like, y'all might as well just cancel this shit. But I felt like psychologically, okay, speaking of the mind, speaking of the brain, I felt like because it's over the phone, people tend to verbally express themselves better over the phone because they're at a physical disadvantage. And because of that, I felt like people were able to get their points across and people were really trying to land those reads. And let me tell you, honey, they landed, okay? We have safely landed home because, bitch, all those reads stuck. Let's get into it. So I'm not going to go into every detail on the reunion. I'm just going to hit on the highlights that I personally want to talk about. So one of the first things they ended up talking about was Kenya and her man. All I want to say on that is that, you know, y'all need to break up, okay? Shout out to the Reed, break up with him, girl, because he is not the one for you. She went onto the reunion saying, we're trying to work it out. We're doing therapy over, you know, Zoom calls and stuff like that because we're on quarantine. He's in New York. I'm in Atlanta with Brooklyn. And I just feel like, girl, he didn't even want to quarantine with your ass. I don't give a shit if he has a business in New York or not. What's more important during a global pandemic? Being in New York with your restaurant or being with your family? Okay, that's number 1. Number 2, Kenya, girl, his ass don't want you. Him and his nose ring want nothing to do with you. So I don't care if he's saying that he wants to work it out or not. You cannot work it out, okay, with someone that you're in a relationship with that you are not compatible with. Girl, it's not gonna work out. And I hate to, you know, judge people's relationships. I hate to, you know, speak negativity on people's relationships. But at the end of the day, honey, you're not compatible. You don't match. The chemistry isn't there. No matter how hard you try, it's just not gonna work. I've tried, okay? Twice before, I've been in situationships. I'm not gonna even call them relationships because fuck those hoes. Where it didn't work out because we just did not mesh. You have to mesh in order to be a couple. All couples go through shit, okay? People have stood the test of time when it comes to long distance relationships. People have stood the test of time when it comes to being a newlywed and getting to relearn someone because you're living with them for the first time. That wasn't the problem, Miss Candy Boo Boo. So congratulations again, Candy, for trying to, you know, back up your girl and try to defend your girl. But at the end of the day, Mark does not want you. Speaking of her marriage, she did did pull out that little gift certificate or whatever the hell it was, okay? I guess Kenya finally proved that she is married to Mark the Daily. But honey, I would rather you be in a fake marriage than in a real marriage where the man don't want your ass. So girl, get your shit together, because Kenya, it's not cute. Leave that man, okay? I don't like you, girl, but you are too pretty, you are too gorgeous, you are too smart, and you have so much value, okay? You have too much value to be with a man that doesn't see your value. Let's move right along to Miss Candy, okay? So they had a whole segment about Miss Candy Yams. Well, it wasn't really a whole segment. It was more like a quarter of a segment because it was 3 seconds long. But we're going to get into how Candy is so irrelevant in just a second. But they did have a mini segment on Candy being the bone collector this season. They escorted Miss Sheree out and ushered in Salt Bae, aka KMZ, aka Candy Yams, aka Miss OLG. All right. I know that, you know, people do have to act as the bone collector sometimes to help the storylines progress and things like that. So I totally understand that from a story telling point of view, from a producer's point of view. I totally get that. But girl, everybody needs to chip in and carry a couple of bones. You don't need one bone collector the whole season, because guess what that shows us, girl? That shows us that you're boring, you have no storyline, and it's time for you to get the hell up on out of this show, okay? Moving right along to the main event, okay? We thought Kenya versus Nene was going to be the main event. No, bitch, okay? That was not the main event. The main event of the night was Porsha going in on Eva. Porsha bodied Eva. I don't care what anybody says. Porsha won this night. This was Porsha's night. Porsha was the queen of RHOA on Reunion Part 1 because she annihilated Miss Eva, the diva. It was no questions about it. I don't care what y'all say. And yes, Porsha is my favorite, but I can be objective in the situation and say that Porsha gathered every single one of y'all hoes. So Porsha was basically mad that Eva had said, you know, baby little PJ looked like Dennis with a bow on. And, you know, is that the truth? Yes. PJ does look like Dennis. PJ also looks like her mother. But at the end of the day, you wrapped that statement up in a read, basically calling her baby ugly. I don't care how you slice it, dice it, split it, or fold it. All of y'all watching this video know that she meant it as a read. She did not mean it as a compliment. And I know some of y'all are going to be under the comments saying, well, if that's the case, Porsha must think her baby daddy is ugly. And I was watching a lot of reviews on the reunion, and I couldn't understand why y'all wanted Porsha to admit that her baby and her baby daddy is ugly. That just doesn't make... Who's going to say that their baby and their baby's father? Who's going to say that? Who is going to say that? You may not think Dennis is attractive, but she does. And that's the only thing that matters. How you going to read Dennis when that's her man? You not the one sleeping with him. So why does it even matter what the hell he look like anyways? So Eva is completely lame for that. I'm sick of Eva for getting her reads and for getting her shade when she does shade people. It's like she has amnesia. Why can't you ever remember what you ever say? That shit is annoying. And honestly, girl, if you gonna sit up here and, you know, be in the doctor's office the whole damn season after season after season, you could miss us with all of that, okay? I don't have an issue with women getting pregnant. I really don't. That's what you're here for, to be fruitful and multiply. And you have a whole husband, so y'all should have as many kids as y'all want to have. But at the end of the day, Eva, if you're going to constantly forget your shade, if you're going to constantly come for people and then act like you never said anything, if you're going to constantly have children, which is a blessing, get your ass off this show. It's not needed. With that being said, Porsha got your whole ass together. She got your ass together because you really tried to make it seem like you wasn't dissing that girl's child, and you were. You were dissing that child, and shame on you for doing that. And Porsha bodied your ass, girl. She said, I will virtually kick your ass, okay? She said that your titties are social distancing. Don't come for me, okay? Porsha was everything, and I was so here for it. Eva, you deserved that good old dragon. And you know who else deserves a good old dragon? Kenya, okay? Porsha also gave it to Kenya, trying to expose Kenya for being a bad friend to Cynthia. And guess what? I actually believe Porsha. Now, has Porsha been known to, you know, spread lies throughout the years? Yes, she has. And I don't think she would say to Andy, Andy, I'ma send you the text messages, if she really didn't have the text messages. So Porsha really got Kenya's ass together, and I'm so happy because I feel like, you know, in the earlier seasons, Porsha was always the one who was getting bullied, the one that was always being called dumb, the one that was always being undermined. And she is really showing these girls that she has really come into her own, and you cannot mess with this girl anymore. So 2 snaps for Porsha for getting Kenya and Eva in their place. And speaking of Kenya, girl, you tried it with them old ass stale receipts that you tried to come with us and Todd with the bullshit. I wasn't here for it. Talking about Nene called you and Cynthia up saying, oh, y'all think Porsha is dumb, but she out here making moves. She's on the Celebrity Apprentice. What are we gonna do about it? Girl, that damn Celebrity Apprentice don't even come on no more. That's how old this tea is, okay? That was when Donald Trump first got elected and Arnold Schwarzenegger was on that damn television show. Are you kidding me, Kenya? With them stale ass, old ass, non-relevant ass, keep them in your pocketbook ass receipts. I was too through. As y'all can tell, I'm really into this. I wasn't even expecting to really go in like this, but I'm sick of y'all and y'all's antics. Y'all need to get it together. After Porsha got that ass together, Mike and Eva went onto Instagram Live. They were in their feelings. Now, I will say this. I was a little bit feeling sorry for Eva. I'm not gonna even lie. I was feeling sorry for Eva because I kind of felt like, damn, Eva is really getting it. You know, Nene went in on Eva. Then Kenya slick, okay, was coming for Eva's neck when Eva made that nappy-headed comment, and Kenya had to get her together and say, girl, as a light-skinned woman, okay, with a straight braid of hair, you cannot be out here saying shit like that, especially on television, all right? And then, of course, Porsha bodied her. So when you had 3 people coming for her neck, I slick felt bad. For Eva, I was like, damn, Eva is really getting into it. But girl, it's your what? 2nd season being a real, you know, full-time housewife. It's just hazing season at this point. And, you know, this is gonna give you a good lesson. Stop forgetting your shade. Stand in your shade, girl. If you're gonna say it, stand in it. Either you're gonna retract and apologize, or you're gonna stand in it. But this whole amnesia act that you got going on is not cutting it. And at the end of the day, girl, you need to go. You need to either step up and rise up, or get your ass off, okay? Get your ass out the kitchen, because obviously it's too hot. But the 2 of them, Mike and Eva, did go on Instagram Live. They was in their feelings, hunty. And it's so funny because Eva's now acting like, you know, Nene. Eva was like, I'm ready for this reunion. Get your reads together. And now you're in your feelings because somebody read you for filth, okay? And then Mike tried to drop some tea talking about I represented Dennis pro bono, basically for free. Okay, let me get you together, Mr. Mike Sterling, okay? Number 1, there's a reason why Keisha Lance Bottoms got that ass, okay? That's number 1. Number 2, all you did for Dennis McKinley is send out some letters on Dennis's behalf and Sincerely's behalf, which I thought was weird as shit, okay? Something was going on with that. I don't know if that was a concoction that Porsha came up with for a storyline, but girl, all you did was get on Microsoft Word, okay? Get your little cease and desist template and type in and fill in the blanks. Stop it. Moving right along. They had a whole section about Wendy Williams. I wasn't here for it. It's irrelevant. I do think that Nene's relationship with Wendy Williams is strategic. Point blank in the period. Kandi was 100% truthful about that. And all in all, Kandi and Cynthia are irrelevant. Okay, they're just irrelevant. They had nothing to say. It's funny how Kandi, you know, she was trying to interject, you know, when Porsha was trying to rig Kenya to filth. And she was getting upset because, you know, Kandi really couldn't get a word in. But girl, you can't get a word in because you're irrelevant. You didn't have a storyline, and nothing on this first part revolved around you at all. Okay, so I hope Bravo is taking note when it comes to Eva, Kandi, and Cynthia. I've been saying this the whole season. Them girls are not bringing it. They're not pulling their weight. I appreciate Kandi being the bone collector. I appreciate her boss moves and her mogul status. But at the end of the day, honey, don't get mad because they're not letting you speak. Okay, they're not letting you speak on it. But girl, I don't even know why you're trying to speak on it when none of these storylines have nothing to do with you. Okay, so with that being said, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to the YouTube channel if you haven't already. I want to know what you guys think about the reunion drama down below. Let's talk about it, okay? And I got some of y'all hoes in the comments. Don't try it. All right, you guys, don't forget to create a great day. Bye.